covering all of the DMV. This is DC News.
We're feeding a little over 5,000 people out on the front lines, and we'll continue to. That number will go up. Whatever the need is, we'll continue to scale to meet that need.
DC News now, the deadliest natural disaster in Hawaii's history. The team's on the ground tonight lending a hand.
And a pilot program starting this weekend addressing nightlife along the U Street corridor.
It's pretty chaotic, I would say. It's pretty populated. There's a lot of people, a lot of congestion, for sure.
We're live with how the district plans to ease the congestion and make the area safer for pedestrians.
Okay, weather-wise, a good finish to your week here, but we are tracking a few storms for your weekend. I have your full forecast coming up.
And dozens of cats rescued in some much-needed love and attention. Their story of survival and the message from volunteers working to find them a new home. Good Friday evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Thasmeen Mahfouz.
And I'm Daniel Hamburg, in for Chris Flanagan. A century-old Hawaiian town turned to rubble as first responders raced to control those deadly wildfires still burning in parts of Maui. Soldiers and airmen with the Hawaii National Guard are sweeping impacted areas, searching for people who still need help.
Yeah, so you're looking at what's left of Lahaina. Town residents were able to return home today for the first time since the fires broke out. At least 67 people have died in what's now considered the state's deadliest natural disaster. And take a look at this, a convoy of coach and school buses taking more than 1,200 visitors from Maui to the airport. And officials say nearly 1,500 people flew out of Maui just yesterday.
DC-based World Central Kitchen is on the ground in Maui, handing out hot meals to the hundreds without a home and the first responders working. The emergency response team reached Maui Wednesday night and is feeding more than 5,000 people.
It's a sad situation. It's a very challenging situation.
But it's a situation World Central Kitchen is prepared for.
Our focus is same in most of these situations, and that's getting, hot, dignified, comforting meals to those most impacted right when they need it most.
The emergency response team reached Maui Wednesday night with hundreds of sandwiches for emergency workers fighting the fires near Lahaina.
A lot of the western part of the island and the communities on that side of the fire have been cut off for days and days now. We do have access through, and we're bringing food, water, ice to those communities.
Director of Emergency Response Sam Block says they have teams on the west and east part of the island delivering hot meals.
We're working with a whole group of amazing chefs from Maui, cooking up some just really delicious, culturally comforting, nutritious meals. 3 main distribution points are giving out food and water, with teams going out to those who can't travel. That includes first responders, locals, and tourists. A lot have been evacuated, but some of them are still waiting to be evacuated.
More than 5,000 people are being fed, with plans to scale up as needed.
A hot plate of food delivered to you after you've just experienced probably the worst thing in your life is really comforting. And it says, that somebody cares.
And our sister station in Hawaii is hosting a fundraiser with the American Red Cross to support victims of these wildfires. You can find a link to donate on our website, dcnewsnow.com.
And happening tomorrow, the owner of Pua's Plate Lunch Food Truck in Stafford, Virginia, is holding a fundraiser to help victims as well. The fundraiser is from noon until 3 p.m. at 35 Walpole Street. All profits will go to the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement. All right, let's check in on the weekend forecast with our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb.
And Janessa, we're going to have a hot and humid weekend.
Yes, definitely so much. We're in the middle of August, and so the heat is definitely building. So dog days of summer, they're definitely here. Let's check out. I know many people, so many events happening. We have the Montgomery County Fair, so hopefully you get out there. Hopefully, isn't that going on until midnight?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to be at the gates by 11.
Good stuff. But you have to be at the gates by 11, and really you should go kind of in the evening hours. That's going to kind of save you from all this heat and humidity. It will be a little bit better. If you go tomorrow afternoon, mostly cloudy to partly cloudy conditions, a good amount of sunshine if you're waking up early, getting that done, and enjoy all the festivities out there. Temperatures are going to be super warm, but it's the dew points that you're going to really notice, the wall of humidity that's across the DMV. DMV. Here's a live look out towards the Roslyn area, looking very good. We do have a little bit of instability that's out towards Silver Spring into areas of Germantown, Bethesda area as well across 495. So really, it's just due to the heat and humidity. We've been waiting for football to happen in greater Cleveland here. They had tornado warnings, and really that front is causing a severe weather situation. Up and down the East Coast, we're very quiet. That's about to change going into Monday. We'll look at that in a moment.
Janessa, thank you. And cutting down congestion in one of D.C.'s biggest nightlife areas. That's the goal of a new pilot program in effect today, targeting parking along the U Street corridor. Now, reporter Mariel Carbone is live for us right now on U Street. And Mariel, this program will limit when and where you can park on the weekends.
Yeah, that's right, Thesmine. So if you're out here, you're going to want to keep an eye out for these new signs that are put up here. They're blocking parking on certain blocks of the streets overnight on the weekend here. The whole idea is to keep traffic moving more smoothly through the U Street area while also allowing access still to businesses. On a Friday or Saturday night, the U Street corridor can be packed.
It's pretty chaotic.
This is probably the most packed street I've seen in D.C.
Congested.
D.C.'s Nightlife Task Force already blocks off parts of the street, directing traffic, both cars and pedestrians, to more safely move people through the area. But
The Uber, the Lyft, the DoorDash drivers double park, pull, hold up lanes.
a new parking pilot program aims to fix that. The mayor's Office of Nightlife and Culture is making curbside changes along the U Street corridor, banning parking from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Friday and Saturday nights on these 4 blocks. Instead, the areas will only allow pickup and drop-off. The office says the changes are intended to reduce double parking, thereby reducing congestion, allow businesses to more easily fulfill delivery orders, better facilitate passenger loading and unloading.
We need to get the Ubers and the delivery folks in to help the businesses. And right now, some of the businesses, good operators, aren't getting their patrons because of blockages.
Frank Chauvin has lived along the corridor for decades.
Yeah, it's necessary, long overdue.
I mean, it's going to be congested. This is a party area. It's a lot of bars down here.
And though Raphael Ross supports designated spots for rideshare drivers, he is concerned about the loss of parking.
It's already hard to find parking down here.
All right, and Daniel and Thesmine, we know it's after 10 o'clock now on a Friday. You can see there's still a huge line of cars parked out here. It's unclear if they'll be ticketed or towed tonight, but we have seen the tow truck driving around this area. So definitely, again, if you're going to be parking out here, you want to pay attention to those new signs. Reporting live on U Street tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thanks for the heads up there. And also developing now, dozens of teachers are accusing a Montgomery County principal of sexual harassment. The allegations are detailed in a lengthy article from the Washington Post. Now, according to the report, Farquhar Middle School principal Joelle Beetleman was reported to the school district 18 times over the past 7 years. And in June, Beetleman was promoted to principal of Paint Branch High School. Now, according to the Post, however, the district announced today that Beetleman will take a leave of absence. They did not specify why. So we reached out to MCPS for comment. The district says it's identified an external and independent investigation team to look into the allegations. You could read the district's response in full on DCNewsNow.com.
New tonight, dozens of cats who were taken out of an unhealthy and dangerous Loudoun County home are now looking for a safe place to live. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla explains what happened and the challenges the county is now facing.
This cat is reaching out for a new owner at the same time Nina Stively is reaching out to people across the DMV.
Pets really do improve our lives.
Stively is the executive director of the Loudoun County Animal Services, and she's making the pitch for adopting a cat, any of them. And there are plenty.
We obtained a search warrant to go into the house and remove the animals.
These cats were given to the county by a judge following a tip and ensuing investigation into a Sterling home where 40 cats were found and removed from a hoarding situation. There were items stacked floor to ceiling and cats everywhere in squalid conditions, Stively says.
When we get situations like this where 40 cats come in a single day, it really compromises our ability to give individual attention to every single animal in the facility.
It's been just a couple of months since the Loudoun County Animal Services took in more than 100 animals that they found in a Round Hill home that was serving as a rescue center. The animals were found in really poor conditions. It's even led to some criminal charges against the rescue staff.
This volume of just sustained increased surrenders is very challenging.
That's the problem. It's not just these two recent investigations that have brought large amounts of animals here. It's a rise in animals people are voluntarily surrendering.
Do you have the space for all of them?
It's been really tight, I'll be honest.
That's why the county is begging people to take these animals home.
We don't want them to be bored. We don't want them to get depressed. When cats are caged for a long period of time, sometimes they'll stop eating. We want these pets to be in homes where they can feel loved and relaxed and not the stress of being in a shelter.
Reporting in Loudoun County, Max Marcella, DC News Now.